This is a series for the driver's ability to come through. That's what you want to be. And, you know, those guys that are driving on for Sam Schmidt in the front row, Jamie and Travis, they want to show these IndyCar team owners what they can do. And, you know, we've seen where we got an Unser and an Andretti back in the field. And there's a reason they're here, is because they want to show their abilities as they're working their way up the racing ladder.
And all the great open wheel owners are here. We're talking about the Penske's, the Ganassis, the Andretti's, the Rahal Lettermans, you name them, they are here, as they are going to watch these up-and-coming young drivers and see who they next will offer a chance to drive in the Indy 500. It's the Futaba Freedom 100 underway here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and they go 4 wide at the start.
Yes, look at that. And that red and black car in the front of your screen, that's Wade Cunningham driving for Brian Stewart. He's been quick all week, and what a start that he got from the 5th starting position.
Sailing into turn 1, coming up to speed here, the Futaba Freedom 100 underway for the Menards Infiniti Pro Series cars. 5/8 of a mile down the backstretch. Move on the inside, down on the bottom of the racetrack.
Yes, look at that. Well, I'm not sure. That either was Jeff Simmons or his teammate Herman Quiroga. We'll have to see where this all settles out.
Oh, trouble on the racetrack. One car spins around. That is the 77 of Cole Carter, who had his troubles here at the very start. During the pace lap, he spun around, and this is a first start. This young man had been so impressive in the Pedigo sponsored machine. He'd been so impressive in practice. He was like wide open in 3 laps on the racetrack. Everyone's saying, wow, what an incredible rookie he is, but having his troubles here, even on the pace lap.
Well, you got to think of maybe what his mindset is. You know, we just saw that he spun in the warm-up, so all of a sudden he went from starting inside the second row to having to start at the back of the field. And mentally, he's thinking, I got to get back up there, and maybe he forced an issue.
You see the car just spinning around backwards and tagging the wall backwards.
Yeah, let's look a little bit. I don't think there's any contact there. I think he's just on the high side of that car and just maybe cold tires a little bit. He had too much front bite in the front of the car, and the rear came around.
All right, that's the car owned by John Jones, who is the owner and the crew chief of the American Revolution Racing Machine. They are attending now to Cole Carter as the yellow comes out here on lap number 2. And let's check in his pits once again with Cameron Steele. Back in the Indianapolis Motor Speedway here as action as the laps are winding down here in the Futaba Freedom 100, along with Robbie Buell, Jamie Little, Vince Welch, and Cameron Steele. I'm Jerry Punch. Glad to have you with us as the final laps begin to click away here for the Menards Infiniti Pro Series cars.
Yeah, and I think, you know, right now, I'd have to say the guy in the catbird seat is Wade Cunningham in the black and red. Oh, it looks like we got a spin. We're going to ID that car for you. That's John Herb. Didn't make any contact, so if he's kept that motor running, he can get back to the tail of this.
And Herb was the 4th place car, the number 6 car, the Aircon machine, as the yellow flag now waves. And that will bring out the yellow for the 2nd time today. Herb had that great run to take the lead early on. He was one of our leaders today. And that is the Racing Professionals effort that Larry Curry set up, and the car just looped around on it.
Yeah, I mean, the guys that are liking this is you have Jay Drake that's going to be in the 3rd spot, and you're going to have Al Unser in the 4th spot. And now they're going to group up with the leaders. Okay, there he's spinning, doing a full 360, and stayed off the outside part of that wall. Wow.
A little bit reminiscent of the Danny Sullivan 20 years ago here, the 85 spin and win. I wonder if this...
Okay, here we're on board with Travis Gregg looking ahead. There's the smoke. How about having to get through that? So that is off of turn 1 that John Herb had that spin. It just looked like the car was a little bit loose. You know, the front just bit and the rear came around.
Let's see if we come by. We may possibly have the green and white flag next time by, which means it'll be a 1-lap shootout here. Can Kamara hold off Cunningham? What about Jay Drake and Unser? All right, they're going to restart in turn 3.
Wow, so what's happening here is watch these guys. They're going to accelerate round. They're going to have a green flag. They're racing. They're going to go through turn 3 and turn 4, and then they're going to see the checkered.
Wow, this is going to be a sprint to the start-finish line. Let's see what happens. Here they come, the Brazilian Kamara up to speed. There's Cunningham behind him. Jay Drake is there. Here comes little Unser back there.
Yeah, in the 3rd spot, let alone get him, Al.
checkered flag waves, and the winner of that race is Jaime Camara, as they gave him the green and the checkered flag. It was a sprint out of turn 3, and the Brazilian Jaime Camara from the pole becomes a first-time winner in Menards Infiniti Pro Series. And for the 3rd consecutive year, the pole sitter here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway becomes the winner of the Futaba Freedom 100.
Yeah, that made for an exciting ending, didn't it? With Wade Cunningham finishing second, he's had a great weekend. And Al Unser now, how many second places has he had? Excuse me, third place finishes?
Well, make that 6 third place finishes for Al Unser. He said, let me finish anywhere but third, and guess where he finished today? A tough break for that young man, Marco Andretti. We'll come back and talk to the winners and top drivers in just a moment. Jaime Camara, who is the winner here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and he's so inexperienced here in oval track racing, he's having a hard time figuring out how to do donuts.
He sure is. I don't think he's really worried about that right now. He just won the biggest race of his career today.
When you grow up in open wheel racing, or you think about going to open wheel racing, and there's a little chunk of the pavement. I think some of the concrete took off. He bounced off with his last donut effort. Let's see the replay on this donut exchange here. Spins around. Whoa!
Ow!
Took the paint off the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not sure, to practice your donuts, I don't think your crew chiefs like you to go practice your donuts. So you got to keep winning, Jamie, and keep working on doing those donuts.